Events unfold in Yunsel Apartment, Seoul, focusing on Junwoo, an introverted guy immersed in YouTube and gaming. As Junwoo rises from bed, he discovers a note from his mother urging him to buy food before their early departure. Despite the advice, Junwoo opts for gaming with friends until he becomes aware of the chaos engulfing the city. Turning to his TV for information, he finds it useless and witnesses the terror outside his window, people fleeing, some exhibiting bizarre behavior like biting others. Struggling to comprehend the situation, Junwoo is interrupted by a knock at his door. Investigating, he encounters a man claiming to be his neighbor, seeking refuge. Despite Junwoo's initial refusal, the man pleads for shelter, eventually gaining access to the washroom. Meanwhile, Junwoo learns from the news that the infected display cannibalistic tendencies, with bleeding from the eyes as a sign of the onset of the infection. Terrified, Junwoo arms himself with a knife as the man exits the washroom, bleeding from his eyes but resisting transformation. After the man departs unharmed, Junwoo witnesses another gruesome encounter from his window. Fearing for his safety, he barricades the door with his freezer. Desperate to contact his family, Junwoo receives a reassuring message from his mother, unaware of the full extent of the crisis. She advises him to stay safe and stock up on supplies for 60 days. Determined to survive for his family, Junwoo reflects on his meager provisions, longing for his mother's voice. As the days progress, Junwoo hears conflicting reports about the nature of the outbreak, oscillating between theories of a mental illness and a viral epidemic. Junwoo disregards the news updates and observes numerous social media posts pleading for assistance. Joining the chorus, he snaps a picture and issues his own plea for rescue. Scrolling further, he stumbles upon a harrowing video depicting a fatal stunt gone wrong, a grim reminder of the escalating dangers. Subsequent television broadcasts feature footage of local residents under attack, revealing the virus's alarming rapid onset after a brief incubation period. Determined to assess the situation firsthand, Junwoo improvises a reconnaissance plan using a drone and his phone, only to be confronted with the chilling reality of widespread zombie presence. In a moment of inadvertence, Junwoo accidentally dials his father before his phone succumbs to battery depletion. Seeking solace in gaming, he is thwarted by server outages, exacerbating his frustration. Exhausted, he drifts into slumber, awakening to the sound of commotion outside. Investigating, Junwoo witnesses a valiant policewoman battling against the undead horde, only to be overwhelmed by her former comrades turned zombies. Fueled by panic and anger, he confronts the zombies, dragging the officer, ultimately fending off an imposing intruder who breaches his sanctuary. Utilizing his wits as an introverted gamer, Junwoo outmaneuvers the zombie, sending it plummeting from the building. Grieving the loss of his provisions, he records a poignant message, honoring his father's plea to stay alive amidst the chaos. On day 7, Junwoo swipes his father's beer and tunes into the news, where a stern warning about avoiding bites from the infected rings out. The relentless repetition of dire updates frustrates him, leading to a culinary distraction when a tempting noodle advertisement flashes across the screen. Hungry and irritated, Junwoo indulges in the advertised noodles, inadvertently depleting his water supply. As realization dawns, he resorts to desperate measures, squeezing out the last drops from his makeshift canteen. With provisions dwindling, he records a somber video, bemoaning his depleted rations and the monotony of incessant news broadcasts. The mention of radio triggers a revelation for Junwoo, sparking a futile search for suitable headphones. Despite the grim circumstances, he finds solace in music, momentarily transported by the melodies before reality crashes down, shattering his fragile peace. Hope flickers briefly with a voicemail from his mother, only to be extinguished by the devastating news of his family's fate. Overwhelmed by grief and rage, he lashes out, destroying the source of his torment before fleeing into the perilous unknown. Amidst the chaos of the streets, Junwoo confronts the horrors of the apocalypse head-on, unleashing his pent-up fury on the undead. Forced to confront the grim reality of his situation, he fights to survive, narrowly evading a horde of encroaching zombies. In a moment of despair, Junwoo teeters on the brink of oblivion, only to be jolted back to reality by an unexpected beacon of hope. With newfound determination, he struggles to free himself from the suffocating grip of despair, clinging to the slimmest thread of survival. A chance encounter with Kim Yoo-bin, a resident from the neighboring building, interrupts Junwoo's solitary existence, drawing him out of his isolation. Intrigued by her boldness, he agrees to a morning rendezvous, only to witness her fearless confrontation with a lurking zombie. The following day, Junwoo eagerly awaits their meeting, only to be gripped by the gnawing pangs of hunger. Sensing his distress, Yubin takes decisive action, embarking on a daring rescue mission to alleviate his suffering. With resourcefulness and teamwork, they devise a plan to bridge the gap between their buildings. As they share a meal, Junwoo is struck by Yubin's kindness, grateful for her selfless gesture in his time of need. However, their moment of respite is short-lived as danger looms once more. A zombie threat emerges, threatening to shatter their newfound alliance. In a heart-pounding struggle, Yubin valiantly defends herself, but not without cost, as their precious water supply is lost in the chaos. Despite the setback, Junwoo and Yubin's bond strengthens amidst adversity. As determination fuels Junwoo's resolve to find sustenance for his family, he embarks on a perilous journey outside his sanctuary. Venturing into a neighbor's home, he scours for supplies amidst the eerie silence, stumbling upon a macabre discovery that he chooses to overlook in his quest for survival. In the midst of gathering provisions, Junwoo faces a sudden attack from a ravenous zombie, narrowly escaping its clutches. With his newfound bounty, he attempts to establish contact with the outside world, only to be met with silence on the airwaves. Under the cover of darkness, Junwoo selflessly shares his meager rations with Yubin. Their late-night exchange reveals a poignant truth. Survival is not just about physical sustenance, but also the emotional support they provide each other. In a moment of vulnerability, Yubin acknowledges Junwoo's resilience as the true source of his salvation, prompting a poignant reflection on the nature of survival in a world overrun by the undead. Their emotional connection deepens as they share a simple meal, finding solace in each other's company amidst the chaos. Yet, their fragile peace is shattered by the grim reality of their surroundings, as the threat of the undead looms ever closer. Junwoo devises a daring plan to divert the attention of the encroaching zombies, allowing Yubin a chance to escape her besieged apartment. Their shared resolve to defy the odds and fight for survival binds them together as they confront the terrifying unknown that lies beyond their doorstep. In a desperate bid for survival, Yubin makes a daring decision to descend the building's exterior. With uncertainty looming, she turns to Junwoo for reassurance, their shared fear tempered by a fierce determination to persevere against the odds. As Yubin confronts the relentless onslaught of zombies, Junwoo rushes to her aid. Together, they fight their way to safety, seeking refuge on the elusive 8th floor. Their relief is short-lived as they encounter a new threat within the seemingly deserted sanctuary, with the undead lurking in the shadows. In a desperate struggle for survival, Junwoo bravely defends Yubin against the relentless onslaught, while a mysterious survivor emerges to offer assistance. Initially wary of their rescuer's intentions, Junwoo and Yubin reluctantly accept his hospitality, their suspicions growing as they share a meal. The revelation of hidden supplies and the promise of rescue only deepen their distrust, casting doubt on the survivor's true motives. Their worst fears are realized when they unwittingly fall victim to a sinister plot, drugged and held captive by their supposed savior. As their world spirals into darkness, they are faced with a harrowing choice: succumb to despair or fight to survive at any cost. With courage and determination, they confront their captor, navigating a treacherous path to freedom. In a final desperate struggle, they emerge victorious, but the ordeal leaves them shaken and disillusioned. As hope fades and despair sets in, Yubin makes a heart-wrenching plea to Junwoo, grappling with the unbearable weight of their circumstances. In a moment of grim acceptance, they confront the harsh reality of their situation. Caught in a moment of agonizing indecision, Junwoo hesitates, grappling with the weight of an impossible choice as Yubin pleads for release. Their tense standoff is shattered by the distant roar of approaching helicopters, a beacon of hope in the darkness. With newfound determination, they make a frantic dash for the rooftop, pursued by the relentless horde of zombies. In a heart-stopping moment, Yubin finds herself trapped, only to be rescued by Junwoo's courageous intervention. As they reach the relative safety of the rooftop, desperation sets in as they call out for help, their cries echoing unanswered into the void. In a final stand against the encroaching undead, Junwoo battles valiantly, determined to protect Yubin at all costs. As they resign themselves to their fate, a miraculous intervention arrives in the form of a military helicopter, offering a glimmer of salvation in their darkest hour. Their rescue marks a bittersweet victory. Reunited with his family, and with newfound hope restored, Junwoo shares a fleeting smile with Yubin, their shared ordeal forging an unbreakable bond. As the credits roll, we glimpse the broader impact of their harrowing ordeal, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity.